Hey, what's up, you guys? Stassi back with another video today. And today we're explaining kind of like the 101 of spell oils. I've been making and selling spell oils for a super long time, and I just didn't realize we need to sit down and have this conversation. Let's sit down. I was going to say take your notebooks out, but just like refer back to this any single time that you just don't know what to do with some of the spell oils. So we get a lot of questions asking like, how do I use some of the spell oils that I've gotten in the mail? I'm super excited about them, whether they be exclusives or just every single day ones. We're going to go briefly over them, what to use them on, how to use them, all of that kind of stuff. Briefly, in all of the descriptions, we say that they're safe for hair, skin, and nails. There's a couple in the line that are not. So like the baneful ones, I would not put on you for multiple different reasons. Fiery Wall of Protection, you probably do not want to put on you because they have spicy chilies on them. While it is a protection item, you can use it to anoint things, like maybe you have a necklace or something that you want to put it on, but I wouldn't be rubbing that into your skin if you have broken skin because it will burn. And like everything else other than those couple like baneful spicy ones, you can put on your hair, skin, and nails, which means like when you're getting ready and you get out of the shower, you want to rub it in with your lotion, you totally can. It'll absorb into your skin. It's not gonna like, right now I'm wearing like a bunch of drops, and while it makes you look hydrated and feel hydrated, like super soft, you won't be sticky and it won't like leave a residue on your clothes. And just wearing it on your body is a really good way to keep the spell going throughout your day without you having to do a bunch or like a ritual or anything like that. But outside of that, other ways to use them will be listed here. Really quickly, baneful stuff that we say on the website, that's valid. Baneful meaning, well, baneful and baleful could be its own lesson. We can come back with that. But baneful is a type of magic or witchcraft or energy that would be, think of like a hex or a curse. It's something that's it's not always negative, but it's something where you're like attacking someone, or it's like a spicier version of a protection where you are trying to inflict pain onto something. That sounds bad. It quite is that. So you wouldn't want to put baneful oils on yourself because you're usually doing that to cause issues with someone else, whether it mean nightmares or bad luck, or it's not just a protection or like a spicy protection where like, let's say they hit your wards and something bad happens to them. No, this is just you're wishing ill will on someone else, and you don't want to put them on yourself because obviously you're not trying to do that to yourself. So really quickly, that's what we mean by baneful items. We have a couple in the shop because some people like to cast hex, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you don't want to put that on yourself or on your items or bathe in something like that, because it's the opposite of what you would want to draw to yourself. I feel bad talking about hexes and curses sometimes. First up, how to anoint a candle. First up, how to anoint a candle. We've got a blue candle here. So depending on the spell oil, obviously the color of candle will work, but you always can use a black and or white candle for anything. But if you wanted to etch your name or somebody's name into it, do that bottom top, whichever way you'd like to do it. And anointing can be just as simple as dropping how many ever, like I like to do things in 3s. If you're going to do things for love, for money, I would do 7, door opening, anything like that. But just do 3 drops of, or how many drops of oil that you like onto your candle. Rub the oil in fully from top to bottom. You don't want it to be soaking because 1, fire hazard. 2, if you're attaching any type of herbs and stuff, it's going to slip right off. You just want enough to cover a little bit of a sheen onto the candle, and then a little bit onto your hands. So as you do the rest of your spell work, the energy of the oils is on there. So anointing your candles, that's a perfect way to do it. And this can be ancestor candles, chime candles, it can be votives, any type of candle. Even if it's got a glass jar, just anoint, like put a couple of drops in your hands, rub it on the outside of the candle. Some people like to load their candles, but obviously the more stuff you put in the candle, it's kind of a fire hazard. Just do a little bit if you're going to push holes in them. Do a drop or 2. Don't saturate the candle fully. It does not, the more is not, doesn't equal better with the spell oils. You can use them in spell jars if you're doing it, like we have spell jar kits on the website, but if you're doing spell jars and you want to put some oil in there, some people love filling from the bottom to the top of your spell oil or your spell jar with oils. You can do a couple drops depending on what the spell is, correlating that with numerology if you like. Or if you're doing like poppets, mojo bags, anything like that, you need to feed it. You can put it, if you're doing like poppets with dough, you can feed it into the dough. If you're doing mojo bags, put a couple drops in there before you close it up, or feed the mojo bags with this later. If you know, if you don't. Use them in floor and door washes or any type of altar cleansing or anything like that. Once again, the type of oil will correlate with whatever floor and door wash you're doing. So if you're doing a prosperity and luck one, we do have a fast luck and money. I wouldn't do a bunch of this because you do not want your floors to be slick. But if you're putting together like super, super hot water, put like 3 or 5 drops in the mop bucket and then sweep or mop your whole home with that. And that's perfect too. Same thing if you're wiping down your altar, get a little frankincense, drop it on your white cloth and cleanse the whole altar space with that. We did talk about, yes, they're bath safe. Depending on which ones, keep the baneful ones off of you. And if you have sensitive skin, we don't use any essential oils in any of these, so they should not be burning your skin. I use the clove and cinnamon on my skin because I don't have issues with that. There's literal cinnamon in it though. So just be careful. Always do a patch test on your skin before you put them all over your body, on children, in baths or anything like that. But you can put, like, I drop so much oils in my baths, not a problem. However much you want to, you can. It could just be 1 drop, it could be half of a thing, it's totally fine. So they are great in baths if you're doing ritual baths, or if you just want to like raise the energy in your bath and carry on all the stuff that you're using. You can apply these, like I said, for your hair, skin, and nails. I love specifically putting on cracked nail beds. Dry nails are perfect. And also spell-wise, if you're doing any type of tricks or you're meeting with somebody, if you're going to like a business meeting or something, or you're interviewing and you want to shake someone's hand, the dominance ones, the money ones, remember me, like the passion flower, super perfect on your hands. Or if you're going to go on a date, go ahead and put them on your knees, stuff like that, you know? So on your nails, on your feet are really, really great. And then I have like pretty thick, dry, curly hair, so I could put it all over my hair. We have specific hair oils for growth and stuff you can put on your scalp. But if you're worried about like weighing your hair down, maybe just put it on like the bottom, like maybe 2 inches, 3 inches of your lengths. I'll show you guys now. We'll do 5 drops because I have half of my hair up. But you can, to moisturize the ends of your hair. And also this is great for enchanting if you're doing glamours and stuff like that. It could be for protections. You guys know that I love a little protection braid, and praying with the braid, put a little protection oil. The Bodyguard is bomb. what is it called? Is it called Bodyguard? Yeah, my Bodyguard oil. My Bodyguard oil is perfect in your hair. It's good for like an aura protection. So you're just going to put a little bit in your hands, run it through your hair. And it's good for oil. Oil is great for your hair anyways. If you want to wear a bonnet to bed, do this before bed. You could do it for like an astral travel. Yeah, sister, yes. Using your herbal blends, and if you roll loose incense or if you want to roll incense, it's perfect. In herbal blends, even if you're not rolling them onto candles, it just further puts the spell together. So if you're putting like a protection spell together or a glamour and you've got like a bath of herbs that you want to put something in, drop a couple drops in there, blend it all together with your hands and leave it on the plate or anything like that. They're great for offerings for your ancestors as well, whether you're offering them a candle with some of the oil on it, or if you just want to put together any type of offering and drop the correlating spell oil with it. It's perfect and bomb for that. These are also bomb if you're doing massages. We have some people that do like public massages, or if you're just doing massage for yourself or your loved one, whatever. A correlating whatever you're trying to do, whether it be dominance, whether it be spicy, whether it be protection, or like just if you have camphor for like stiff and sore muscles, drop that in with whatever carrier masseuse or massage oil you're using. Usually, I don't know what blend that they use, but you can drop a couple in there and it's going to be really great spell-wise, aura-wise for that. So for petition papers, you guys know I like to put petitions for pretty much anything spell-wise. It aids in like what your manifestations are, what you're looking specifically to get out of the spells. And you can prep your petition paper. This is just obviously rip all the man-made edges off. And then I like to either around all of the edges, go around and draw a circle, or drop a piece of each oil if you're using multiple around the paper. And then whatever you're going to do with the paper, if you're burning it, let it dry out for a little bit. If you're putting it underneath the candle, underneath a plate, do that. But I love putting them on petition papers. It just further, once again, adds energy into the spell. I kind of spoke about this with feeding the mojo bags, but if you are adding extra energy into a spell, if you have like a spell kit that's already put together, spell jar or anything that's already working and you want to keep boosting it, dragon's blood is bomb for this. We have dragon's blood oil, but any type of oil that you used in the ritual in the first place, you can drop a little bit more oil onto it as it goes. Or like if it's been sitting for a month, you can do it again on a full moon or something to boost that up with the spell oils. For thresholds, shoe work, and all of that kind of things for protections, you can do it with like barriers in your home. So whether that be a little bit on your windowsills, and I don't mean like drop like a ton, literally put some on your hands and just like write a little pentagram or drag your hand across the threshold of the above your door, near your windows, put a little bit outside of your house. The firewall protection is perfect for this. Underneath like mats and stuff where you have entryways and exit points of your home. Anoint your business cards, your money, and other things that you might be handing to people or using. Like if you're a model and you have comp cards or any type of cards like that. If you're a business owner, you have businesses, you will see me spraying down and or enchanting those papers. Those are good for a bunch of different ways. So you can use it on money and stuff. Once again, don't drench them because you don't want your money to be wet. But like a little drop of oils and stuff is going to be perfect for anointing and furthering whatever you want for your business and things like that. So this isn't a tip, but kind of is something we get asked a lot. Do not use my oils in your diffusers because they're for essential oils, and these are much thicker. It will mess up your diffuser. Some people say that they can use theirs and it does mess with that, but we just don't say that that's something you should do. It will easily like muck it up. This is much thicker than an essential oil, so I wouldn't say that you use it in a diffuser, but you can get like a wax melter, and if you have wax already going in there, you can drop on some on top and put it on the wax melter because it's not like diffusing through anything, but it's still being like diffused through the air, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, lava bead bracelets. If you have any lava bead bracelets and or like jewelry that has things that hold like lockets and things like that, if you're putting herbs, anything, you can add a little dropper. That's just the smallest bit of them in that, so you're carrying it around with you without having to do a whole ritual, or if you already ritualized it and you want to put it further, you totally can. Oh, tea. Okay, Gigi said there's lava stone diffusers. I've never seen that, but that might be a good way to use this if you want to diffuse it, because the stone, how is it heated up?
It's not like heated up, right?
But it just diffuses it.
It's like when you're
It's the stone. Gigi needs a mic. That's bomb. So if you have a lava stone diffuser thing rather than just a bracelet, you can put them on that. If you're making your own spiritual scrubs, soaps, anything like that, body wash and stuff, you can put this in there because it's hair, skin, and nail safe. It's safe for your body. Once again, just don't use the baneful ones or any of the ones that have chilies and stuff like that. But if you're making your own scrubs, I have a bunch of scrub recipes on my Patreon. They're perfect to add in there. It's super, super juicy. So you can use them kind of like you would petition paper. You can use on your journals, your manifestations, if you're doing any type of shadow work or grimoires or book of shadows and stuff. You can on each page, kind of like you would like journaling or manifesting, if you're doing like a junk journal or something, or if you're spending manifesting, what are those pages called? When you put all the collages together? Oh yeah, the vision boards and stuff. If you want to use like lemongrass or something to open up roads for your manifestations come true, or if you're using the manifestation oil or something like that, you can dot some on the paper and kind of rub it in and then do your journaling on top of it, or writing to your ancestors, or however you're sticking things on a junk journal or something like that. You can use your oils for that too. Oh yeah, if you are doing sigil work and stuff though, I think that putting the oils on your hands before doing sigil work is really, really great just to boost the spell and everything that you're doing. On amulets, keys, anything that you're using to enchant, like if you enchant jewelry or waist beads, or if you enchanted your keys or any charms, anything like that, using oils on top of them just furthers the enchantment. If you're doing a bed of like herbs and stuff, and like I said, you're placing something on there, there's nothing wrong with, unless like you know it's going to turn like a different color, but if that's the case, put it on your hands and kind of hover it over there instead of like dropping it directly on your jewelry or something. But oil on that kind of stuff is bomb. We get often asked, do I have to set intentions? Can I say my intentions in my head or out loud? So intention wise, I spell all of these oils. The spell that's on like the intention, the use on the description, which each one is different, is already on, and I've imbued my energy into that. Past that, you can say manifestations. If you have mantras, if you have other intentions on how you want this to manifest each spell, you totally can. Whether you say that out loud in your head, whether you meditate on it, that is entirely up to you. There's no like right or wrong way to do that. It's up to you and your practice. Sometimes people might ask, why aren't my oils working? Sometimes you might need to cleanse yourself ask your ancestors divine, why is there something in my way, in my path for having this work? Sometimes things do not happen overnight. A lot of times though, in my practice, I will see that they do. But if there's things that are in your way, if you're not cleansing yourself, your head, your space, they can get in the way and get mucky. Ask your ancestors, is this the best oil to use right now? Is this the best spell to be trying to work on? And then reassess. Can oils be combined? Yes. I will put on like 4 or 5 different oils at a time. Not saying that they can't work solo, because they definitely can, but there's no amount that's literally like too much. At some point, they will kind of be similar and you're going to get the same outcome. The only time I will say not to put them together is if you're trying to like manifest something and you're also using like a reversal, or you're using banishing or something. If you're trying to manifest money and you banish something away, it's one thing to have protections along with it, but if you're banishing while trying to bring something in, I would say do them at separate times. But yeah, you can use them all, a bunch of them together, as many as you'd like. That's fine. Cologns, this is not an oil thing, but this is more of a question that we get asked a lot. The cologns, the spiritual cologns that we make / spiritual cologns in general, are not a skincare item, as in do not spray them on your face like a toner. It is not a toner. They are safe to use on your body in the way of spiritually spraying them. They do have a perfume, but they are not perfume oils or perfumed items. While similarly, these oils all do have a scent profile to them. The amount of the scent throw that's in these versus like our actual perfumes, the perfume rollers, our body sprays and stuff are going to be different. So yes, you can use them spiritually for protection and maybe it's a glamour and stuff, but please do not spray them all over your face. They're alcohol based. There's a bunch of different elements that go into making spiritual colognes and stuff. While some people still get away with using them, they're like, it doesn't bother my face. If you have sensitive skin, please do not do it. I would say if you want it around you, spray it on your hands and shoulders and kind of do this, walk through it like you would perfume or something. Spray your shoes, spray your amulets and stuff, but the colognes are not toners for your face and stuff like that. If you have a question mark on what the oil is for, please email us before buying it so we can kind of explain it to you. And also, if you're asking what's the difference between a road opener or blockbuster, or what's like a succubus oil or something like that, there is a lot of information on my Patreon and or TikTok. So just look up Anastasia Moon Girl or Moonlight and Sage, whatever your question is. I've been making videos over there for a long time. They're a bit shorter and more concise than a long video, but I think we will come back and have some lessons on like blockbuster versus road opener and like when to do this spell versus that. We can always answer that for you if you feel like you want to get one of the oils but you're unsure on which one you should get. We can always recommend that for you. Can I wear oils daily? Yes. People ask me how long that they last. Usually when you put the oils on you, they last until you wash them off, because water is going to strip that off of you. Now, if you're using it on like an enchantment or something, I would say it's giving like a 30-day thing. Refresh it in the moon or refresh it with the oil. How much should I use? It could be a drop. It could be full vials. That, once again, is up to you and the method of how you're going to put that either on your body, on your skin, on something. You don't want to drench, like I said, your jewelry in something. But if you want to put it in with your lotion, I put so many full vials, like literally like 5 or 6 on my whole body. It's totally fine. And really quickly, maybe like what's the difference between all of the things that we sell: oils, colognes, baths, spell jars. The difference, it might not be the spell, it's the avenue. So spell oils versus spiritual colognes, if they're in the same line, like if it's a protection one, it's all going to be for protection. Some people would rather just use oil and put it on their body rather than like maybe some people like to use the powder and put it on their thresholds. It's just the avenue of using it versus like the spells are going to be the same within the same line. If it's a road opener oil, if it's a road opener bath, if it's a road opener spray, it's all road opener. Some people might just like to take a bath. Some people don't have baths. So some people want to use a cologne, right? It's just that kind of thing. That is all we have for, we can do extra parts 2, 3, 4 if you guys want. If you want to like anything specific on how to use your spell oils, combinations or anything like that, put them in the comments below so I can make another video. But I just wanted this to be here and live here so you guys could reference this when talking about spell oils. We could do this whole thing for baths and like how to use, I think powders and stuff, because there's a lot of question marks around powders. Lastly, everyone's practice is valid. So you might see me use it one way, and if you want to adapt that into the way that you use it, it's totally fine. If you want to use one drop and I use a whole vial, entirely fine. If you want to do something on a Saturday and I'm doing it on a Tuesday, that is okay. There is nuance within each practice, and people practice different things differently, and that's totally fine. So don't think that if you don't see me doing it that you either have to do it the way that I'm doing it or don't have to. That's totally good. I just had to throw that in there too. Thank you for being here for this lesson. Let me know what you want to learn next. Love you. Bye.